after build and design, okay, so within the parameters of what I cover, so I would like to discuss the design aspect of your latest project.
Of
So,
course.
okay, so would you know, or may we know who did you contract to be the architect?
BJ Mangyo of for Aqua Town Villas, yes.
Okay. Then, will you know what architectural style they did? Or, of course, I presume that they consulted with you on the style, architectural style.
Well, it's contemporary Filipino. I think if you take a look at it, no, the elements, if I may say, the elements are very, I guess, genuine to our environment. Very Filipino. A lot of outdoor spaces. If you take a look at it, no, very closely, you have canopies similar to our Filipino houses. Di ba, may bintana tayo, we have a window, and then a little awning there, and then another awning there. So it's varied elevations. If you look at the house, varied elevations, varied depths as well. So contemporary Filipino is how we would like to describe it.
Then, follow up, how about interior designer? Who did you contract for?
Of course, Chan Torres, who is always our resident expert. I would say resident already because she's always been very kindly working with us, right? So the renders that you saw there were actually her interior designs, and we plan to execute those in our model unit.
And finally, Matt, with regards to sustainability, so when the building was first designed, so was sustainability and being environment friendly taken into consideration?
Yes, actually, if you take a look at it, what we want to be able to do is bring the outdoor spaces in and have spillovers from the indoors to the outdoors, right? Makes for better circulation, light. Um, I have to consult my technical team, but there's a certain tint that the glass that, of the glass that they had, which basically makes it more energy efficient. I think, but more than anything, the way we're looking at planning our communities right now is really to be thoughtful of the integration of the outdoor and indoor spaces, so that when we say this is how much living space you have, you don't only talk about your box that you're living in. You're able to uh, spill over or have the outdoors come in as well.
Okay. Then follow up that. So, of course, the project is situated along the Pasig River. So, okay, I just don't know how to frame this properly, but so how can your project ensure that it will not cause any harm or pollution to the Pasig River?
Oh yes. The Aqua Estate has already been established and has grown over the past few years. The way it's master planned, both side, infra components, drainage, everything, we work well internally, of course, to ensure that we're compliant, but with the LGU as well, very closely at that, to be able to make sure that everything is sustainable within or in compliance with regulatory, what do you call this? Parameters that our LGU has, right? And ECC, DNR, as you know, right? So, yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
On more on the technical aspect, how many square meters kada lot, and for the 4 stories, ilan din ma'am?
Yung
Kada
four-
floor,
okay.
and for the 3 story.
Basically, meron tayo ng overview na your 4-story, you have, where's my lot area? Okay, so my 4 stories, I have 5 bedrooms in my
Okay.
4 stories. In my 3 stories, I have 3 bedrooms.
How many square meters ma'am?
Okay, the area, the building area.
Yeah.
Well, the lot area you will average about 150 upwards.
150 per lot.
Oh,
Okay.
and what I would like to emphasize really is you have your Aqua Estate, right?
Mhm.
That's all condos, CCT and lahat. This is your chance to own one of 22 landed, titled units in the middle of the city. PCT. right? So yes, we can compare it space wise, but I think if anything, that's the value that I want to be able to tell people about, right? Where can you find in the middle of the city a piece of land that you can own? Price point, 3-story is between 40 and 50 million.
Okay.
4-story between 50 and 60 million, right? So upwards of 150 square meters na lote. The configuration kasi, if maybe we'll invite you on site one of these days, but the configuration of the parcel is not really a box, right? So you'll probably have varying depths for your lots, no? But upwards of 150. And then your units, your 3-story is about 265.
265
Square
may
meters?
square meters. I mean, may mga, what do you call this? Yung front and the back, meron siyang parang space in between. What do you call this?
What do you call it? So,
Ah, setback.
yes. There will be
Buti naman.
setbacks. Yes, there will be setbacks. So, sorry, pardon me, it's not 260, it's 230 average and 316 for 4-story
Okay.
average. Again, right? Again, depende rin sa lote yan kung gaano ka siya kalalim, right? And in front, as you saw, may gate siya with space
Parking.
for a carport, right? And then the setback at the back allows for a
Laundry.
nice little lanai. You have your service area,
Ah, okay.
but you also have an outdoor space there that opens up to a pathway
Oh.
that traverses all the way from the first unit to
To
the
the
end.
end.
And it terminates at the pocket park. And that area, that green area, landscape area, will be exclusive for the
For the-
22 units. But of course, at the same time, they will be able to have use
Pebble.
of the pebble, of all the other amenities, right? So, yeah. So I think that's the beauty of being a part of that estate, right? 22 units, you have exclusivity, but the benefit of being able to enjoy the amenities that Aqua has to offer. Yes.
Why did you opt for low-rise structure?
Yeah.
Despite
Since-
knowing that you will have limited units.
Well, good question, right? We're in the middle of the city. Why not maximize? Maybe maximizing is not always an optimum approach business-wise, depending on timing, I suppose, and also market needs, right? So, I was talking to some of your colleagues earlier, and they were asking pretty much the same question. Bakit hindi condo? Right?
From condo to
From condo to that, right? Looking at the direction that Century wants to take post-pandemic, right? We are all about being cognizant of what's happening around us, globally, economically, right? And no matter how you try to dodge it, you're a part of that, right? And so you need to be able to understand how you manage your business risks or lower your business risks, while also taking a look at what the strengths the market has today. Through the pandemic, I've seen it personally, and happily, I suppose, no? The upscale to luxury segment sustained its strength during and even after. And more than that, I think more than people thinking of where to put their money, I think it's also because the preferences, people just realized, what am I doing in my little shoebox house when I can work from anywhere I want, right? I no longer need to live where I need to be, but where I want to be. So why not make a conscious choice about it? So that's, I think, what strengthened that market segment, right? Because people were looking to upgrade. Where am I going to put my money? Real estate. And why am I going to, what am I looking for really? And now I'm digging a little bit deeper, right, into what my needs are. More space. That's why we did what we did, right? We said, how can we address that market segment that has remained strong, number one, but also be very thoughtful about the design that we're giving. And it's very dynamic, and at the same time, lower or manage our business risks in this environment today. So that's why we're doing that. Of course, the growth, we still want to be able to grow the business, but you can't grow the business without managing your risk. So this is our direction and this is our approach, right? The trajectory will follow as the opportunities come. But think about it, it's low rise, low density, quick to build, quick to turn over. So it's a churn. That's what's expected.
Ma'am, yung right of way niya would be coming from yung gate na nakasara ngayon?
Well, right now that's what we're working with our regulatory offices to be able to figure out how we provide more more ingress egress for our estate residents. Yeah. But right now there is an entrance along Coronado. Yes.
Ma'am, is the property currently
Ongoing or
owned already?
Yes.
Like the actual lots is already part of the Aqua property?
Yes,
So-
it is already, right?
Okay.
So it was our land bank, or it is our land bank.
Okay. Is that already like the, is there some reason of some sort? Because of course everybody's gonna ask you, you didn't build the condo there. That's gonna hurt a little in your side as the developer.
Why did we
Yeah.
do that? Because the
Why did
land
you
value,
choose?
etc. Right? Okay, it's a land bank, right? So if you think about it, the way our business model, our business plan pretty much takes that into account. In terms of margins and in terms of returns. So I would say we're pretty healthy, at least. That gave us the confidence to be able to launch that kind of product. To us, the way we want to look at things today and moving forward, notwithstanding, of course, the profit and all of those things, right? Bottom line, is really what do our returns look like? It's timing as well, right? So you can build a condo, sit on it for 5 years,
Yeah.
or you can have 22 units, perhaps a very healthy revenue, return to us, and be done in 2-3 years, right? So that was the balancing act that we had to do. We worked the numbers out, and they did work, right? And of course, having talked about it in public a little bit more these days, we're happy to get positive feedback, actually, from a lot of buyers, right? Or buyers, I guess, in general, right? We're not selling it, but
yun yung next question ko eh. Kumbaga, anong stage na po tayo ngayon when it comes to the construction at the same time yung pre-selling?
we're working on our regulatory requirements to be able to start our official pre-selling. But in terms of development permit, we're able to move earth around on site already. So we're there. It's our partners that we're working with right now. Malapit na. I believe in the next
This
3
year?
weeks. 3 weeks, if
Okay.
anything.
Pero you mentioned may mga maganda ng feedback from the buyers. So, meron na bang okay, we're like,
Nagugustuhan nila. So,
may mga gusto na magpa-reserve.
meron na kumakatok. At naghihintay sa may gate, gano'n.
But legally you can't still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
No, and we're waiting for our
The go
requirements to come in, and then I think with the positive feedback, sana, right? As soon as we open it up, people are going to just pick it up.
Kasi
Ma'am,
first,
did you have any problems whatsoever in actually selling the property, the first one, the condo units? Because Mandaluyong and Pasig pretty much is a flood-prone area. Yesterday, I was experiencing that.
During the
So,
heavy rains, right? Yeah.
That alone could, be a factor on not actually buying a property in this
In that
vicinity.
vicinity,
Yeah. How did you get through that? And how would you sell these new units as
Right.
well?
I think, the engineering number one of the site was thought through very well, right? So that it's elevated. If you take a look at it, it's elevated from the river, from all the other areas that do get flooded. Of course, the whole thought process is, well, what am I gonna do? I can't leave, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the Aqua Estate, there is the pebble there. I think you see it from JB Rizal and EDSA, right? That is basically integrated with the retail, F&B, your basic necessities. We have commercial units in the pebble. So we already have a convenience store there, a restaurant, we have a drugstore, we have massage if you want when you can't
Mini
leave, right?
supermarket.
So things like that. But the goal really is to make it self-sustaining, and so that's pretty much what people are drawn to. So if they take a look at what does it mean for me to live in an estate like that, I have thoughtfully planned amenities. I have a huge state-of-the-art gym, right, which has its own little restaurant, if I'm not mistaken, cafe, and then I have all these sports facilities, and I have that commercial area there.
They
Right?
don't really have to go out
We
anymore.
don't, right? And of course, we're building the tenants there to be aligned with the lifestyle that we want to provide.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Considering that in the project, the town villas in the condominiums are in the same area, how would you deal with the possible issues when it comes to homeowners and property? For example, for the homeowners of town villas, they might see it as a disadvantage that they will see buyers condominiums that will not have views. How would you deal with that? With those issues?
That will block their views. Well, first off, how to deal with them living together. I think I think it's known to everybody that Century Properties has a property management platform, CPMI, right? So New Live is working very closely with CPMI to make sure that the residents of the town villas are properly integrated into the estate, their ability to access the amenities, so that there isn't any conflict. It's very clear to both condo and town villas residents what their benefits are of living in the estate, right? In terms of fronting the condo, I think there is a lot of space in front of the condo. If you go there, you will really see it. There are very good laybys, very good circulation. There is room for a two-way street there. Plus, there is a setback. That's enough for a little bit of a lay-by also on the town villa side. That's the way we planned it. So circulation-wise, I think you can go all around. 22 units might bring in a little bit more cars, but yes, with CPMI there at the helm and front and center, I think prior to that, these are the things we're talking to them about: traffic management plan, in and out, right? Making sure that we keep our current residents happy as well as the new ones happy to be moving in there. So, yes, we're working on that. Okay. Thanks.
Sit. May point.
Your priority ba yung mga taga-Ako residents have
To
a
buy first, parang ano.
Not necessarily a priority, but we will be starting to talk to them about it, of
If
course,
they want to
if they want to. You know,
invest.
we have a lot of over 2,000 there, right? And I don't know if you were aware, we've had several what you call this sundown sessions, right, where we have weekend markets over there, and we were pleased talaga na sila yung prioritize namin pagka ganun. Do you want to participate? You're a merchant. Our entrepreneurship through the pandemic, and right off the bat, they all wanted to participate. In fact, I mean, a good number of them wanted to lease the units na there. So they're always our priority when it comes to being able to get a better chunk or a part of the estate.
there's a bar. Do you allow the buyers to customize the units or talagang specific na siya?
It's very specific.
For example, parang ngayon no, nowadays parang important yung mga in-laws, yung mga gold, mga silver, diba, parang gusto nila ang bedroom is on the fourth floor. So, parang sa design kasi diba, and then the third floor.
Yes, no.
naka-pre-design na yung
Naka-pre-design na siya. Well, for several reasons, no. Because as we expand New Live, number one, we want to create homes that could be prototypes in our portfolio. That we can bring anywhere and repeat our execution of it. So that's why the prototypes are there. However, the homes will have provisions for an elevator should they want to put it in the future. Right? So
Ah,
both structurally and electrically, kailangan yun eh. Syempre may electrical loads tayo dyan. So, and space-wise, so it's suggested, right? Basically. So pwede nilang ilagay yun.
Ma'am, after this 22 units, meron pa bang area doon na pwede pa uling batch 2? Ah, okay.
Meron pa. So,
So it depends upon kung gaano
pag-aaralan
kabilis
natin
ulit.
yan. Oo.
And besides sa Mandaluyong, is there any other property?
Yes. I think you're all aware that we have Azure North in San Fernando, Pampanga. And in the next quarter, we're also going to be starting to sell our beach villas naman doon. Yes, town villas, but beach villas because Azure North has that man-made beach that Century has brought to the real estate landscape, right? So, beach villas, we will have town villas also there that we call beach villas. There naman about 109.
Oh, it's mas
Yes, it's
marami
much
na.
bigger. It's a much bigger enclave in Azure North, right? And 109 units, 3 and 4 stories as well.
So are we expecting na mga future Century properties would be a combination of both the condo and a villa?
That's our hope as well, right? We want to be very market driven, but at the same time cognizant of just how our environment is now economically, globally, right? So high rises are always going to be opportunistic for us. If the chance is right, the partner is sound, of course, right? But mostly it's low density, low rise, perhaps up to medium, fast to build, upscale, and focusing on end users, primary homeowners, right? And with those principles or parameters in mind, the design comes out after that. Ano ba talagang gusto ng end user?
Lalabas na yung
Correct. Lalabas na yon. Even the interior circulation of your space.
Sorry ma'am, ulitin ko lang. The villa has 5 rooms. How many bathrooms?
Okay.
I parang narinig ko every room has a bathroom.
I'll get back to you. But yes, I believe we have more than 5 bathrooms because you have powder rooms pa eh. Right? But we'll get that data handy. Yeah. Okay. So, yes.
Okay, last na lang question ko ma'am. If ever sanang for updates, inquiries, promos, or other information, saan po dapat mag-check?
Okay. Century, what is the email address? Yes, we will be launching a website soon. So you can go to our website, centurynewlive.com. Or of course, for immediate
Facebook.
replies, please contact us, right? Henry is here to happily help you.
Thank you.
Pardon me?
TCT na
Yes.
yon, TCT.
PCT, right?
So parang wala nang foreigner.
Occupancy permit.
Depend.
Kung mawawala sa market.